Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have Four Roses introduced in 1880. Well, if you look at old advertisements from the 1930s, it says 1887. All right, so I was looking at a 1907 advertisement, and they were saying not newspaper, magazine advertisement, and they were saying, we've been around for 50 years, but now there's 88. So I don't know if there was some confusion about what happened. But anyway, this is Four Roses Bourbon. It used to be called Yellow Label, but it's more like khaki today. It is khaki, so no yellow. Four Roses was bought years ago by Kirin Group, who is part of Mitsubishi. So if I was driving a Mitsubishi Lancer and then I parked and drank some of this, I would really fit in. So there's Four Roses. And here's the Woodford Reserve. Thank you, Sonia, for giving me this bottle. She said she gave up drinking, so she wasn't going to ever drink it. I didn't hesitate to pick it. You know that. She gave me the Sazerac Rye unopened bottle because she said she didn't think she was going to like rye whiskey. I gladly took it. Beautiful product. She gave me this because she only drank about one serving and said, I got to give up alcohol. It doesn't sit well with me. She said, you can have it. I said, no problem. And she had the Blantons, were just a little bit drunk. And she gave that to me. So what a treat, huh? But this has a heavy, and then she got this Woodford Reserve sealer. It's a heavy metal. It's not plastic, metallic, with the rubber stopper. I'm not throwing that away. I'm going to keep that even when I'm finished with the Woodford Reserve. That is something. That is beautiful. I could reuse that with other products. What was that? Brass. Mm. 90.4 proof. 90.4 proof. So I guess I'll be able to tell them apart because just the proof, right? The flavors may not be that different. I didn't find they were too different yesterday. The only thing that really tipped me off, I didn't say ticked me off, tipped me off yesterday was that I think the fact that the Jack Daniel's No. 7 was sour mash bourbon as opposed to the Four Roses. Sour mash has that little different flavor, which if you haven't had it, it's hard to describe it. Well, here's a nice wooden cap with a cork. Let's see here. I think that's it for Four Roses. That's the end of that. There isn't enough to do another challenge. And now, would I go buy a bottle for myself one day? Probably. I taste the vanilla. Well, these things taste vanilla because you got the oak, the char, and the sweet corn, the stilled corn, like candy corn. So it gives you that vanilla flavor. No vanilla in it. But there's it. That's it. Four Roses gone. But not. Now I'm on the lookout. Can I find the blended version, which may or may not still be made? I was at International Market yesterday and I didn't see it. I didn't see Four Roses at all, but I could have overlooked it some kind of way. I got confused maybe, but I can go back. That store is only about 21 miles from here. But I did find Seagram's Canadian Hunter. Now you might say Seagram's. They sold it to Sazerac in 1989, 31 years ago. Yeah, right. Well, I found a bottle that says Seagram's Canadian Hunter, and it might be from 31 years ago, so it looks pretty old for $7.99. I said, well, heck, let me buy it. I mean, Does it taste different? That's my curiosity. Did Sazerac change the recipe? I don't know. It said 3-year age, but I think it might have always been a 3-year aged Canadian blended whiskey. But it'll be a while before I get to that one, maybe in a year. Oh, no. I put too much of the Woodford. I'm going to have to pour a little bit back in just because of the weight problem. No, I don't have a weight problem. I mean, the weight of the glass could interfere with me having an honest, credible taste challenge. And I want it to be credible. Let me go. Where's my hand? All right. Where did I put the stopper? Oh, so you go back. I have a pretty good amount of the Woodford left. Do mini taste challenges with that. Mini. Okay. Okay, so the Woodford Reserve, I still got too much of it. Dang. Oh, well. The Woodford Reserve is much darker. Caramel color. And this one is gold. So I can't look. Jean-Pierre. It's Jean-Pierre. The Beverage Ramble. Hey, Jay, enjoy the Four Roses review. Having a cup of coffee? Cup of Joe? Any beer this weekend? Went to David's yesterday. We reviewed this new Sierra Nevada beer. It seems like every time you turn around, there's a new Sierra Nevada beer. Does that company have a pledge to bring out a new beer every week? Seems that way. It was called Electrified Hazy. I guess they're running out of names to think of. They just come up with anything. Hazy IPA, kind of session IPA. It was fine. I mean, I gave it an A. It wasn't any different. No, I think I gave it a B+. It wasn't anything new or different. It's just like the same old thing. Hazy IPA, hazy IPA, hazy IPA, hazy IPA, hazy IPA, hazy IPA. But it still was good. It was still good. It just wasn't anything new or different or something you need to really get. But he was criticizing it. It's just mediocre. It's the same old thing. And he gave it a C. I said, I don't understand that. C to me is not even good. It's nothing to do with whether it's new or different. It's if the beer is a C, it's not a good beer. It's average. It's like tolerable. You can tolerate it. A D means the beer is bad. A D is bad. It's a bad beer. You can somehow manage to drink it. You don't enjoy it at all. It's bad, but you can drink it, although you would never want to drink it. You wouldn't want to drink a C beer, probably. F means you can't drink it. It's undrinkable. Like the rancid beer I had last week. That iced tea beer from Anheuser-Busch. Took one sip, dumped it in the grass. I said, I'm not getting sick. This stuff's rancid. And next time I go back to Winn-Dixie, I'm going to tell them, see that beer in that cooler? It's rancid. It's 2 years old. I don't know why you're selling it. Y'all got my money, and I got nothing out of it except irritation. They might let me pick a different one out of that. Make your own antique. They ought to call those, like Jean-Pierre says, they ought to call it make your own antique 6-pack. Because it's almost always out-of-date beers. Sickening, man. Okay. This isn't going to be much of a challenge, to tell you the truth. Wowza, that's strong. Sweet. Corn. Candy corn, vanilla, charred oak, same old thing. People get mad. I think people get angry when they watch my bourbon videos because I'm always saying it's the same old thing. Sweet corn, candy corn, caramel candy, charred oak, wood. Tastes like corn grits. Sorry, but that's what bourbon tastes like to me. I didn't say I don't like it. I just said that's what it tastes like. I like grits. I like cornbread. I like corn on the cob. I like canned corn, fresh corn, cornmeal. I like catfish fried in cornmeal or shrimp. I like corn muffins. I like when they style their hair with cornrows. I like tortillas, corn tortillas. I like tamales with the corn roll stuff thing. I like corn dogs. All right, you get it, the picture. Okay. This one doesn't smell like that one. This one smells like deeper oak, deeper char. It smells stronger, higher proof, like, yeah, 90.4, baby. Full metal jacket. You know, that's what it smells like. This is my bourbon. There are many others like it, but this one is mine. That's what it smells like. You know, it's going mad. This one's milder. This one's stronger. This one's milder. This one's stronger. This one's milder. This one's stronger. I think I think that's Four Roses. I think that's Woodford Reserve. I think that's Four Roses. I think that's Woodford Reserve. I think that's Four Roses. I think that's Woodford Reserve. But let's go with the taste. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. It's time for the taste. Get ready for the tasting time. Okay, everybody, here we go with the tasting time. Oh, well, you know, it just tastes like what I just described. Corn, charred oak. I don't know. Cornmeal. Once I had a horse in Coney Island. She got hit by a car. I don't know. Well, take it or leave it. Ho! Yeah. That's so much stronger. Hey, darling, that's so much stronger than the other one. I got the $50. Let her have it with no problem. So that's the stronger one. That's the stronger one. Oh, you can feel it. Oh, can you feel it? Can you feel it, people? Why am I doing this at 5:40 in the morning? Okay. Swillifornia. Prophet on the golden shore like an angel. Fire burning in the air. Swillifornia says, good morning. Good morning to you. William G says, I think Four Roses is far better in my opinion of the two, but Maker's Mark is by far more superior in my favorite bourbon, hands down, as far as overall quality and taste. And I've never had Maker's Mark, and that is the truth. I've never had most bourbons, you know. I've had little samples here, there, everywhere, like the Beatles. I've had some here, there, and everywhere. Do you drink coffee in the morning, Ron? Yes, I already drank 3 cups, Reggie Fox. Cheers, sir, says Victor Bustos. Cheers to you, Victor. Now, I'm not even going to play games. This is the Woodford Reserve without question. And it obviously is. More charred oak, more wood, more intense flavor. more elaborate flavor, I would say a better flavor, a more exciting flavor, well, hey, that's the way it goes. Four Roses. It's nice. Very mild oak and char. The whole flavor is mild. It's mild. You could say dull. I wouldn't use a term like dull. I like to use euphemisms. I say mild. You know what I mean? I don't say bland in videos. I'll say low profile. Oh, well, I don't brew beer. I don't distill liquor. I don't make wine. So I figure, why should I be up here talking dog on stuff? And I don't even make any of these products. These people try real hard to make them. They spend a lot of time and effort. So I would defer and be delicate in my language. You understand? Unless it's camo silver ice, then I'll curse it and throw it against the fence because it's so bad, so horrendously bad, an atrocity of mankind. But I did say I admired the gall of that company to perpetuate something like that on the market. Just the gall to actually produce that and to put it on the shelf that people would drink. Oh, what a nightmare. Oh, what a disaster. Oh, what a fiasco. Cheers, Ronald. The Ride says Drewski Brewski. Hello, Drewski. Well, I'm not drinking Jim Beam, you know. Well, I'm not drinking. I'm just tasting. I wouldn't drink whiskey at 5:50 in the morning. I have enough self-control, you know. But I'm tasting it. I'm tasting it. I'm doing a tasting. People say, well, you do a tasting like every day. I don't do it every day. I do it about 4 days a week. What about the other 3 days? Well, sometimes I'll piggyback, you know, put a double up on a certain day. Whatever. If I got to break open a new one, like Cooper's Craft coming up, Crown Royal coming up, things like that. You understand? Have you ever tried the XO Patron coffee flavored? Actually, to tell you the truth, I've never tried tequila of any sort or any brand, cheap, mid-range, or expensive. I've never tried tequila in my life. Not against it, just never tried it. Got too much rum, brandy, and whiskey to try. Rum, brandy, whiskey. I need to get some more brandy. Need. You like that word need? Yeah, right. I need to. What's the next brandy to buy? Oh, yesterday I saw Courvoisier VSOP. Can I speak? Courvoisier VSOP at International Market. Beautiful bottle. It's about $32. Or was it 39? Courvoisier VSOP. I had the VS, love the VS, but VSOP, I said, I'll wait. But I don't think I'm like Van Halen, I'll wait. But I don't think I'm gonna wait too long. I don't think I'm gonna wait too long. I don't think I'm gonna wait too long. I don't think I'm gonna wait too. I don't think. Is Four Roses good? Yes, I said it was an A. But A 93, you know, almost into A minus, like excellent, but nothing to go run around the block with, nothing to get too excited about. It's fine. It's like Jack Daniels. It's like Jim Beam. It's like Evan Williams. Just regular old bourbon, you know, it's just standard. It's fine. Standard, $21 a bottle, $22 a bottle. Just, I mean, I'll buy Evan Williams before I bought this because Evan Williams I can get for $13.99. If I get the green label, I can get it for $10.99. Heck, I can get Ancient Age for $8.99 at International Market. $8.99 for Ancient Age, 3-year age. Is it as good as Four Roses? Well, I don't know about all that, but it's not much worse. And it's a Buffalo Trace brand, and it's surely mighty fine. You say, hold on a minute, time out, dum-dum. You can get straight bourbon whiskey for $8.99 a bottle. That's what you're trying to tell me. That's exactly what I'm telling you. And for $8.99 a bottle. Thank you. I know where to buy it. Hey. I bought Bellows straight bourbon whiskey 1 liter. 1 liter. I'll repeat, 1 liter bottle for $6.99. For $6.99 at Savannah Discount. Straight bourbon whiskey, aged 4 years. Not a lie. True story. Johnny Neely was with me. He can testify. Well, of course, they were distracted by other stuff, so maybe they can't testify. Good morning, Ron. Love Four Roses and Woodford Reserve. Young Mr. Jazz says, thank you. Alan Sale. Hey, Alan. Good morning. Wake and slay. Alan, you got that message that Robert gave you about that. What he says is not a good value, $5,000, and you get nothing. I agree with him. I don't go for those kind of programs. I think it's just like take your money and run. But I mean, think of all the whiskey you could buy $5,000. You could train yourself. You could train yourself. Okay. I think I'm sorry, but I think Woodford Reserve is killing this. I just don't think Four Roses can match up to Woodford Reserve. Now, what about a more premier Four Roses, like a single barrel or a higher proof if they have one that's 90 proof? Well, yeah, now that could work. But I'm not drinking that right now. I'm just drinking regular old Four Roses straight bourbon whiskey, 80 proof. And it cannot match up to Woodford Reserve. I'm sorry, it cannot. Cannot, and it does not. The Woodford Reserve is probably about 95 out of 100. And it's a clear winner. Clear winner. You say, well, it costs more. It's $10 more a bottle. Yeah, makes sense. What are you doing for your 15,000 subscriber milestone? Oh, nothing really. I don't do milestones for that kind of stuff because I appreciate people subscribing. There's no doubt about that. But I don't want that to be the focus of this channel. The focus of this channel is tasting the beer, wine, and liquor, doing the taste challenges, doing the hangout reviews and all. And it's not chasing views and subs. I don't go for that. Other people do that. That's their channel. They want to sell T-shirts and sell merchandise. Why you would want to go around town wearing a cap and a shirt from some guy's beer review channel, I do not understand. But if you want to, go ahead. Doesn't matter to me. And you watch their channel, and it's all about Patreon. Like, yeah, I'm going to pay you money to watch your videos. Wrong. And they got like 20 different social media posts. You can catch me over on Pinterest, Facebook, this, that, the other thing, blah, blah. So this is not even a beer channel, man. This is like a promo channel. I don't play that game. And I really don't like watching those channels too much because there's too much showmanship. You know, all that fake friendly stuff. Hey guys, what's happening? It's like, I bet you really do want to hang out. But I don't want to go on that attack right now. I do that enough. Although I think I'm right about it. I don't disagree, and I don't retract anything I've said about it. But anyway, yeah, I mean, this Woodford Reserve is just destroying. I mean, it is kind of destroying Four Roses. Now, is Four Roses good? Yes. Is it worth buying for $22 a bottle? Certainly. Would I recommend it without hesitation? I can't say anything wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no downside to Four Roses. It's like perfectly fine. But it can't match Woodford Reserve. No way. That's not going to happen. That is not happening. It will not happen. It cannot happen. Would I pay the extra $10 to get the Woodford Reserve? I'm sure I would. But in my case, I didn't have to pay for it at all because both of these were given to me. Hey, I never asked for any of these products. I don't ask people for stuff, okay? I have money to buy my own things. I went to my friend Davis yesterday. He's like, what do you want to review? I said, how about Black Albert? Oh, you bringing that up again, huh? I said, well, you asked me. I'm telling you. We're going to review it one day, he said. I said, yeah, when I'm like, what happens when I get injured in a wreck and I'm like paralyzed? And then you say, then you're going to do it out of sympathy. And I'm like, David, I'm so glad we got to review Black Albert. He just totally ignored me. But anyway, That's his. But you see, I told him I don't care if we ever review it. It's your beer. If you want to have dozens of bottles of beer that you save forever, decades, that goes stale. I said, go ahead and do it. I don't care. You just ask me, so I'm telling you. When people ask me, I'll tell them. But it didn't matter to me. I didn't care what we reviewed. We could have reviewed Black Albert, which is $10 a bottle, 11.2 ounce bottle, or we could have reviewed Four Loko watermelon for all I cared. I don't care. Not to say I'd want to drink Four Loko. This is my first time. No regrets. That's why I tune into these live shows, says young Mr. Jazz. This is the best down-to-earth liquor channel, says young Mr. Jazz. Well, I appreciate you saying that. And it's not like something I tried to develop. I didn't sit down and think, how can I make it seem down-to-earth and homey? How can I frame it? No. People have criticized my comments on other people's channels where I'll say, man, I've had that before. It's really good. And they're like, you always say that. Man, I've had that. It's really good. I say, well, that's how I talk in real life. I tell people, well, I've had that. It's really good. I don't make pronouncements to try to make it seem more flowery. The way I'm writing online, when I write something, is the way I talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to put on airs or try to seem different than I am in real life. I don't feel comfortable with that. I'm sorry. I don't feel comfortable. Hello, Ron. How are you? Says Max Walt from the Russian Federation. Well, I'm doing fine, Max Walt. And this was not much of a challenge, but hey, but that's what happens. Now, are we going to move to something else after today? Yes. Authenticity. Yeah. Okay. Authenticity is the king. Purely genuine. I agree with that. Now I can sniff them out quick. I can tell the video channels that are straight up and real and the ones that's put on. I could name names, and one day I probably will, but you know who I'm talking about if you watch as much as I do. Okay, but anyway, moving on from that. Got rum coming up. Rum. Hey. Tuesday. I might save a rum for Thunder and Thursday, though. I got to think about it, but I got a lot of rum coming up, you see. All right, y'all have a nice day, too. I'm going to watch the news now, and then I'm going to walk half a mile. Take care, everybody. Enjoy this beautiful Sunday, the fourth Sunday of Easter. I care more about the tour than the course. What to blend with my community coffee with chicory? I don't know. Well, it's your money, Alan. I'm not saying it's a ripoff. That's what Robert said. If you want to go to it. Just do whatever you want to do. That's fine with me. You should do whatever you want to do. All right, y'all take care now.